Automate the login on SAP with UiPath. It's very simple thanks to the dedicated UiPath SAP activities. But before creating the UiPath project that will automate the login on SAP, we have to enable on SAP the server-side and client-side scripting, so we are able to run automations on the SAP GUI. So first, let's enable the client-side scripting. So for that, after logging in on SAP, let's press on this button and click on Options. And from here on Accessibility is Scripting, let's now here click on Scripting and make sure you enable here the scripting option and check these options if some of them it's checked, and then press OK. Now that we have the client-side scripting enabled, let's enable the server-side scripting. So for that, we have to execute the transaction RZ11. And now here on parameter name, let's input SAP GUI / user underscore scripting. And now let's press display. And now here, let's press change value. And you can see here the current value on my side is true, so that means that the server-side scripting it's enabled. If on your side it shows as false, so here on new value you just have to put true and then save. And so now that we have the server-side and client-side script enabled on SAP, let's create a new UiPath project. So I'll just open UiPath Studio. And let's create now a new process. Let's define the name SAP Login, for example. Here we have the project created. And so before doing the login on SAP, first we will need to start the SAP Log On, from where we will open the page, the screen, the window to do the login on SAP. So to start the SAP Log On, we have a dedicated activity for that, which is called SAP Log On. So let's drag it to our project. And here you can see that automatically was recognized the SAP Log On path. So where it's located the SAP Log On executable. So UiPath is able to start the SAP Log On. And then below we have to provide a connection name. So UiPath is able then to open the page to do the login on SAP. So in my case, here the connection name it's SAP. So I'll just create here a variable str SAP connection name. And so here on my case, it's SAP the connection name. So let's give it a try. I'll just close here SAP. And now let's run the project to see if the SAP logon is started and then if it appears the SAP login page. So I'll click run and we can see that was started first the SAP logon, and then from the connection name UiPath was able to open the SAP login page. So now that we have here the SAP login screen, we have to basically just do the login to connect to the SAP. So to log in on SAP, fortunately, we have a dedicated activity for that that makes this step very simple. Are you ready to master SAP automation with platforms like UiPath, Power Automate, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, and even Python? In my upcoming courses, you'll get hands-on experience and real SAP access so you can practice everything you learn. Free access to SAP is impossible to get as far as I'm aware, but I'll got you covered on my courses. And I'm about to launch these SAP automation courses anytime soon. Subscribe via the link below in the description or in the comments to stay tuned and be the first to know when these courses go live. Which is activity SAP Login. So let's drag it after the SAP Logon. And first we have to indicate the login page, the login screen. So let's click here and let's indicate. And now to do the login, we have to provide some details such as the client, user, and password. So for the client, in my case, it's 800. So we can just put directly here or just create a variable str SAP client. And then here on variables, I'll put 800. Of course, ideally, you'll start this on an asset, for example, but as it's just a tutorial, let's keep it simple in this case. So the goal is to learn how to automate login on SAP with UiPath. And so username, so str SAP username. Now for the password, to keep it simple, I will just create a string variable, str SAP password, and then language, so str SAP language. So now here on variables, I'll just put my username. Also the language, in my case will be English. Now the password, we can just, to hide the password, use here the get password and input here our password for this tutorial. So here the result for our str SAP password variable. And that's basically it. So it should work currently. So I'll just close SAP. We can see that was closed. So let's run our project and see how it's working. So I'll click on run. So log on was started, and here you can see that the login was done successfully on SAP with just two activities. So these SAP activities on UiPath really make the SAP automation really simple and easy to do. And that's it for today's tutorial. If you want to see more content around SAP automation, please let me know in the comments. I do plan to bring more stuff around SAP automation with UiPath and other automation platforms, and even with programming tools such as Python. And so if you like this tutorial, please also give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So it really helps the channel. And also you'll get notified whenever there is a new tutorial released. So I'll see you now on the next tutorial.